This video contains themes of violence, drug use, and gang activity. Every effort has been made to censor explicit language and imagery, and all information presented has been taken from publicly available sources. The purpose of this video is to provide an accurate and educational look into these topics without glorifying or promoting such activities. Viewer discretion is strongly advised, especially for younger audiences. Today we're diving into a recap of 3 videos I dropped about the ongoing beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. If you've been rocking with me, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Yo, what's good fam? It's your boy from Neverlackinstudios back with another deep dive into the rap game. Today we're talking about how Kendrick Lamar became Drake's biggest nightmare and how J. Cole fits into this heavyweight bout. This ain't just beef, it's a full course meal. Let's get into it. This rivalry ain't new. It all started back in the early 2010s when Kendrick dropped that infamous verse on Big Sean's Control, calling out every rapper in the game, including Drake. Fast forward to 2024, and things have escalated to a whole new level. In March 2024, Kendrick lit the fuse with his verse on Future and Metro Boomin's track Like That, taking shots at Drake and J. Cole. He declared, "Mother of asterisk, 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 the big 3 and asterisk, 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 asterisk. It's just Big Me," dismissing the trio's dominance and asserting his superiority. Drake didn't stay silent. He fired back with tracks like Push-Ups and Tailor-Made Freestyle. The back and forth continued, with Kendrick dropping Euphoria, where he rapped, "Them superpowers getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence," subtly questioning Drake's authenticity. J. Cole entered the beef with 7-minute drill, responding to Kendrick's provocations. He rapped, "I got a phone call. They say that somebody dissing. You want some attention? It come with extensions," addressing the ongoing tensions. The climax came with Kendrick's Not Like Us, where he didn't hold back, calling out Drake's character and place in the rap game. He accused Drake of dubious associations, adding fuel to the ongoing rivalry. The rap community is divided. Some say Kendrick's lyrical prowess has given him the upper hand, while others believe Drake's commercial success keeps him on top. Regardless, this feud has reignited discussions about authenticity and competition in hip-hop. So, how did Kendrick Lamar become Drake's biggest nightmare? By challenging the status quo, dropping bars that cut deep, and refusing to back down. This feud ain't just about 2 artists. It's about the evolution of the rap game and the fight for the throne. So in the first video, we explored the origins of the tension between Kendrick and Drake. We discussed how their rivalry began around 2013, particularly after Kendrick's verse on Big Sean's Control, where he called out several rappers, including Drake. We analyzed how this verse set the stage for a competitive atmosphere in hip-hop, sparking debates about lyrical prowess and authenticity. Let's get into the next video. Kendrick Lamar and Joey Bada's situation is heating up in the hip-hop world, and trust me, it's more than just bars being thrown around. It's about respect, legacy, and the real impact on the culture. Now, Kendrick's confidence is at an all-time high. He's been in the game long enough to know that silence sometimes speaks louder than words. Joey came out swinging with his track, trying to stake his claim as the king of New York, but honestly, it seems like he's already taking an L. Kendrick ain't even sweating it. He's got way bigger things on his mind right now, his Super Bowl halftime show, and that highly anticipated new album that's been in the works. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of sending out the big dogs like Schoolboy Q or J-Rock to handle Joey, Kendrick's putting the spotlight on a new talent from TDE, Vaughn. This dude just dropped a diss track over Kendrick's beat, titled Crashed Out. And man, he's coming for Joey's neck. Vaughn's lyrical prowess shines through as he not only responds to Joey, but also connects him to other East Coast artists who've been throwing shade at Kendrick. Vaughn's bars are sharp, and he's weaving a narrative that's not just about dissing Joey, but about showcasing the unity and strength of the West Coast. He's flipping the script and making it clear that the West ain't just sitting back while the East tries to take shots. He's calling out the bitterness that some East Coast artists have towards Kendrick, highlighting how they're trying to undermine his success while they're struggling to make a mark themselves. It's clear that Vaughn's not just here to play games. He's taking Joey's disses and turning them into a masterclass in lyrical performance. He's referencing Kendrick's sentiments about how the West Coast is often disrespected and rapping with a confidence that shows he's ready to take his spot in the game. It's a powerful moment, and you can feel the energy shift as he places Joey and others who are coming for Kendrick in a corner of hip-hop where they're not looking out for the culture. They're just looking out for themselves. Now let's talk about Joey for a second. He came into this year claiming the East was back, talking big about how this is their moment. But what has he really accomplished since then? It's almost like the East Coast is struggling to find its footing while the West is elevating their game and solidifying their legacy. The contrast is striking. On one side, you got artists like Kendrick, Vaughn, J-Rock, and Schoolboy Q, all making moves that uplift the West Coast and hip-hop as a whole. They're proving that unity matters and that there's strength in collaboration. On the other side, you got Joey and his crew, who are seemingly stuck in a cycle of throwing disses without backing them up with solid work. They're looking more and more pathetic as the days go by. And let's be real, Kendrick and TDE have put in the work to earn their respect. They're not just riding on past success. They're actively shaping the future of hip-hop. When you look at the impact Kendrick has had, from unifying the West Coast to elevating new artists, it's clear he's built a legacy that Joey is struggling to touch. So when Joey came at Kendrick, he might have thought he was stepping into a ring, but he walked into a heavyweight bout without training. He's trying to compete with someone who's already established himself as one of the greatest in the game. And now, with Kendrick's crew rallying behind him, it's clear that they see Joey's moves as weak. They didn't even give his disses the respect of a direct response. Instead, they're letting Vaughn take the lead, showing that they believe in the next generation and are ready to hand over the baton at the end of the day. This beef is more than just about two MCs. It's about the state of hip-hop and where it's headed. Joey's trying to make a name for himself again, but in a genre that's as competitive as hip-hop, you can't just come out swinging without having your own house in order. Kendrick and his crew have built an empire, and it's evident that they don't see Joey as a worthy opponent right now.
Finally, in the third video, we discussed the implications of their beef on the hip-hop community and their respective fan bases. We examined how the rivalry has influenced collaborations, public appearances, and even how fans perceive each artist. I also touched on the idea that while their beef is intense, it has pushed both artists to elevate their craft, leading to some incredible music and lawsuits. Today we are talking about some serious drama in the game involving Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and UMG. Now listen up, Drake just pulled the plug on his lawsuit against Universal Music Group and Spotify. This was wild, right? He was coming at them over some alleged shady business that went down after Kendrick dropped his track. Not like us. Now this isn't just your typical beef. This is a rapper suing over a diss track fallout. It's crazy because it's like the first time we see someone take it to court over this kind of stuff. It really highlights how messy the music biz can get, especially when you got artists, labels, and streaming services all in the mix. Drake kicked off this whole legal saga claiming that UMG and Spotify were inflating Kendrick's streaming numbers. I mean, Kendrick's joint racked up over $7 million in just a few months, leaving Drake's response tracks in the dust, barely hitting $1 million. That's a tough look, and you know Drake ain't one to back down easily. He filed papers in both New York and Texas. And let me tell you, he wasn't just throwing shade. He had some serious allegations, like saying UMG and Spotify were juicing the numbers for Kendrick's track to make it look like a hit. He even went as far as accusing them of using payola tactics to boost Kendrick's shine. Now Drake was trying to get the inside scoop on what was really happening behind the scenes with these streaming numbers. He thought if he could get that data, he could build a strong case. But UMG wasn't having it. They came back saying they treat all their artists fairly and that there was no conspiracy against Drake. Spotify backed them up, saying their promotional strategies were open to everyone. Then, out of nowhere, Drake's team dropped a document saying they withdrew the petition. No costs, no legal fees exchanged. So it's like they just walked away from the whole situation. This happened not too long after the initial filing, which got folks speculating. Some think UMG must have come to some sort of agreement that eased Drake's worries, while others think he realized the case might not be as strong as he thought now. What does this mean for Drake's career moving forward? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Rumors have been swirling about a collaboration album with Party Next Door, but with all this drama, fans are left wondering what's up with his relationship with UMG. Are there contract negotiations going on? Is he thinking about going independent? This whole situation sheds light on the complex relationships between artists and labels in today's game. Drake's move could mean a lot for how artists navigate their contracts and how they're treated in the industry. Are we about to see a shift in how artists engage with big labels? Only time will tell, but you best believe we'll be keeping an eye on this one. So what do y'all think? Is Drake making the right move, or should he have pushed harder? Thanks for tuning into this recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown of Kendrick and Drake's rivalry, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more in-depth content from Neverlackinstudios.